Imagine this, it's a Friday night in August 2017. You're sitting on your couch after a long week, scrolling through your phone looking for something cheap to do. Suddenly an ad pops up for an app called MoviePass. The promise sounds almost too good to be real. For just $9.95 a month, less than the price of one single movie ticket, you can walk into any theater in America and watch a brand new film every single day. No limits, no blackout dates, no catch. Unlimited movies on the big screen for the price of a couple of burgers. For millions of regular people, this wasn't some wild fantasy, it was real life. And for the next 2 crazy years, it felt like the entire movie industry had finally been cracked wide open by one brilliant idea, until the whole thing came crashing down in one of the most spectacular and heartbreaking business meltdowns of the entire decade. Welcome to Behind the Fortune, the channel that takes you inside the biggest, wildest company rises and the most spectacular falls in business history. Every week we tell the real, dramatic stories behind the brands you thought you knew. The ones that changed everything and then burned out in spectacular fashion. No boring spreadsheets, just gripping storytelling with the lessons you can actually use. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the bell right now so you never miss the next one. It all started back in 2011. Film executive Stacy Spikes had spent years watching ticket prices climb higher and higher. $12 for a ticket plus 15 more for popcorn and drinks. And suddenly, a simple date night was costing $40. He knew most people couldn't keep up. So Stacy and his partner Hammett Watt came up with a revolutionary idea. What if you could subscribe to the movies the exact same way you subscribe to Netflix, except you actually get to sit in a real theater with the giant screen and surround sound? They launched MoviePass at higher prices, $30 to $50 a month. And it grew slowly at first. It proved the concept worked, but it stayed a small niche service with only a few thousand loyal subscribers for several years. Then in 2017, the game completely changed. A data analytics company called Helios and Matheson bought a controlling stake. They brought in Mitch Lowe, the guy who co-founded Netflix, as the new CEO. And on August 15th, 2017, they dropped the ultimate bombshell. They slashed the price to just $9.95 a month for one movie per day in any theater in the country. The frenzy hit like a tidal wave. In the first 48 hours alone, over 150,000 people signed up. The website and app crashed repeatedly from the traffic. People were refreshing the page for hours, staying up past midnight just to get their account activated. Social media exploded with posts saying MoviePass just changed my life forever, and screenshots of happy new members. Within weeks, the service had hundreds of thousands of users. AMC Theaters immediately panicked and banned MoviePass users from their locations, calling the price unsustainable and a direct threat to the entire industry. Regal and other big chains started warning their customers too, but the backlash from fans was so strong that the theaters eventually had to back down. By mid-2018, MoviePass had exploded past 3 million paying subscribers, bigger than many major streaming services at the time. People lost their minds with it. College students turned it into a game, hopping between theaters and watching 3 or 4 movies in a single weekend. One subscriber in New York documented seeing 30 movies in 1 month. Another guy posted proof he had watched 92 movies in just 6 months. Couples started going on dates multiple times a week. Families discovered indie films they never would have paid full price for. Office workers were sneaking out at lunch for matinees. Theaters that used to be half empty on Tuesday nights suddenly had long lines again. It genuinely felt like the golden age of movie-going had returned, and this time it was affordable for everyone. But behind the scenes, the numbers were an absolute disaster. MoviePass wasn't negotiating bulk deals or getting discounts. They were forced to pay theaters the full price for every single ticket, $12, $14, sometimes even $18, while only charging their subscribers $9.95 a month. If anyone went more than once, the company lost money, and millions of people were going way more than once. The losses started mounting fast. By early 2018, cash was burning at a terrifying rate. Then in May 2018, the brutal truth came out. The company was losing $40 million every single month. $40 million. At that pace, they were on track to lose nearly $500 million in a single year. The parent company's stock price crashed from over $30 a share down to just pennies almost overnight. Desperation took over. First, they started blocking the biggest blockbuster movies so subscribers couldn't waste money on the most expensive titles. Then they raised the price to $14.95 and cut people down to only 3 movies a month. The app began glitching constantly, entire days when it simply wouldn't work. Angry subscribers flooded Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook. One viral post showed a guy holding up his $9.95 receipt right next to a photo of him standing outside the theater for the 27th time that month. The magic disappeared overnight. The backlash was brutal. People who had planned their entire social lives around MoviePass felt completely betrayed. By the summer of 2019, the service was barely limping along. On September 14th, 2019, MoviePass officially shut down for good. The dream was dead. A few months later, in January 2020, the parent company filed for bankruptcy. It looked like the ultimate cautionary tale of a business that's simply too good to be true. But here's the part almost nobody talks about: the incredible comeback story. The original founder, Stacy Spikes, refused to let his idea die. In late 2021, he bought the MoviePass name back out of bankruptcy for a fraction of its former value. He relaunched the service in September 2022 with a completely different, much smarter model. No more losing money on every ticket. They switched to a credit-based system, built real partnerships with theaters, and kept pricing realistic and sustainable. By 2023, the new MoviePass had its first profitable year. As of 2026, it's still going strong, smaller and quieter than the crazy 2018 days, but alive and growing again in cities all across the country. The original dreamer got his second chance, and this time the math finally works. So what really killed the first version of MoviePass? It wasn't bad timing. It wasn't bad luck. It was simple, brutal, undeniable math. When your entire business model is built on losing money on every single customer and hoping volume will save you, eventually the volume wins. But the story also proves something beautiful, that one crazy, passionate idea can still capture the hearts of millions of people, even if the numbers never quite add up. And sometimes the person who believed in it the most gets to write the final chapter. If you were one of the 3 million subscribers back in 2018, drop a comment right now and tell me, what's the craziest number of movies you actually saw in a single month with MoviePass? And if you want the full deep dive on exactly how Stacy Spikes brought it back from the dead and turned it profitable, just type sequel in the comments. I'm already working on that one. Thanks for watching Behind the Fortune. If you love these real business stories, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next epic rise and fall. New video drops every week. I'll see you in the next one.